all the land in Uganda. But now the bazungu come, they make an agreement, they are able to persuade our own people, and then now the land goes in the hands of the Queen and the British. And now they are now the ones to give us land, they are mercy. Including the Kabaka himself, they give him square miles of land. The man who was in charge of all the land in Uganda, now to the Queen to say, I am giving you 350 square miles. Now what they did was to get the chiefs, people who were leaders, and then they were given the parcels of land in terms of square miles. Now they create a class of people who now become landlords because the colonialists have given them square miles of land. But this land which is being given, there are people who are living on it. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
That's the origin of the word mile land. Because they gave the land in terms of square miles, especially to the chiefs, those who were in leadership, to compromise them so that they can actually effectively take over the leadership. And now they created a system where land now is owned by two people. You have a landlord who has been given this land by the colonialists. He's the one who hold the title, but also you have people who have been living on this land. Now they become tenants. So now they changed now the tenure system for the land here. And that problem has remained up to today. And it caused the chaos. If you read the history, after the First World War, the veterans who came with money and started buying land. There was in the 1920s a lot of chaos, especially here in central Uganda, which forced the colonial government to come up with a law, the Usuru and the Vujo law, 1928, and so forth and so forth. So that issue, that 1900 agreement that was done by the colonialists, changing the land tenure here in the center, up to now we feel the effects of that decision. So many of the challenges we face today and we deal with as a result of our history, what happened. We have a land law, we have tried to define the relationship between the landlord and the tenant, but up to now, the issue is not resolved. So when you say people being evicted, people being killed, you need to have that history, that context. How did this come about? So now the colonialist leaders, now in the 40s and the 50s, there is a revolution across Africa for self-rule. Africans said, no. Why should we be led by Europeans? Are Africans children of a lesser God? Why? Especially after many had gone to school, sent to universities, they came back. And there was a revolution within Africa. Said, no. We must now fight for self-rule. These Europeans must go back and we become leaders ourselves. So the Europeans did deliver on their own. They were fought. There was resistance. And voices of leaders across Africa, Kwame Nkrumah, Nyerere from Tanzania, voices from Southern Africa, and there was networking. And then the 60s and the 70s, we see countries, starting with the Ghana, 1957, getting independence, and then the rest of the countries now getting independence. And the words were captured properly from the speech of Kwame Nkrumah when he said, yes, we have attained independence as Ghana, but this independence is meaningless unless all the other African countries become independent. So now many countries started getting independent. Now Uganda will become independent in 1962. But now the colonialists left unwillingly in most of the situations. What happened They physically left, but their colonial hand was still here, hanging around, destabilizing the government which took over. That's why when you look at what happened in many countries, there were coups immediately after independence. The coups were as frequent as breakfast in most of these countries. Many of the leaders who took over were assassinated immediately. What they did was to mobilize other Africans to now fight their fellow leaders and cause confusion